Welcome to our Make Ahead Thanksgiving series for 2017. This is all because of you and your suggestions. When I asked on social media the things you wanted to see the most for this holiday season, the response to Make Ahead dishes was so overwhelming that I knew I had to do it. Not only am I bringing you videos, but I have created a recipe cookbooklet that will be available on my website. These recipes will be able to be made in advance anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 days. So, on to today's recipe. Today we're going to be concentrating on the most important side dish, the mashed potatoes. Did you know you could make mashed potatoes in advance and freeze them and bake them off casserole style? Well, you can, and I'm going to show you how today. So let's go see how we make these creamy Make Ahead mashed potatoes. There we go. We're going to just toss our cream cheese in there. And our sour cream is going to go in there as well. And the recipe will be available in the Make Ahead Thanksgiving cookbooklet. And I'll be sure and leave a link down below to where you can get that. And then what we're going to do is add the butter. This may seem like an awful lot of dairy, but this is the secret to doing a nice mashed potato casserole. I'm going to use my hand mixer, but you can feel free to use a potato masher or whatever implement of destruction you prefer to use in your kitchen when you make mashed potatoes. We're going to go ahead and add in our baking powder, salt, and pepper, and we're going to blend that in. Just make sure everything is well incorporated. Now we're going to go for the eggs. I'm just going to give them a quick little stir. And then we're going to turn on the blender, mixer, whatever. And I'm going to stream these in because we don't want them to scramble. We just want them to go in there and become a cohesive part of this mixture. And there you go. Now we're going to get these into a foil pan and I'll bring you back when I have that done. Alright, we got our mashed potatoes all panned up. Now I love to use these, they're called half steam table pans, and they're approximately 9 by 13 casserole size. They're deep and they fit this amount of potatoes just perfectly. This is a great way to make things in advance. It's also a great thing to have on hand when you take to potlucks or holiday dinners or gatherings or barbecues or whatever. I always have a case of these in my shed. I use them all the time, and I also buy the lids. You can get a case of these lids. There's 100 in each. Of course, the lids last me longer than the pans do because I don't always use the lids all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a folded piece of parchment paper right on top of that because I want to have a barrier between the aluminum foil lid, which is thinner gauge aluminum, than the aluminum foil pan. And the thinner the gauge of aluminum, the more susceptible you're going to be to aluminum leaching, and I don't like that. So just for safety's sake, I'm going to go ahead and use the parchment. The foil pan itself is a much heavier gauge than the lid, so that's just why I do that. It's just my preference. Now, you can take a Sharpie marker and you can go ahead and write mashed potato casserole on the top. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll go mashed potatoes. And then we will go thaw in fridge 2 days in advance, or on counter 4 hours. I was going to write an F and then I wrote a 4. You know how that goes. Bake 350 uncovered 1 hour. Easy peasy stuff. There you go. That is how you do make ahead mashed potatoes. They're going to be fluffy and beautiful. They're going to be creamy and delicious, and everyone is going to love them, and they will never know that you made them up to a month in advance. I know we're less than a month to Thanksgiving right now when I'm making this video, but for future reference, you can make these the day that you watch this video, pop them in your freezer, and then you'll be all set to go a couple of days ahead of time for Thanksgiving. You can either take it out and, like I said, thaw it in the fridge, or you can thaw it on your counter. Just take everything out and have a nice clean place, you know, where everything can kind of thaw, and then you can pop it in your oven when your turkey comes out. Because remember, we're doing everything but the turkey, because pre-cooked turkey, ew. Okay, so I hope you give these make ahead creamy, delicious mashed potatoes a try, and I hope you love them. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope it filled that need that so many of you have for make ahead dishes. I hope that if you liked it, you'll consider giving me a thumbs up, and if you're new to my kitchen and this is your first time visiting, welcome. It's always a pleasure to welcome new friends. Please consider hitting that subscribe button, and if you are a tried and true member of the Noreen's Kitchen family, remember to hit the bell notification button, because we don't want you to miss out on all the real food for real people, real easy recipes that we do all the time right here on our YouTube channel and straight from our kitchen. Like I said before, I hope you give these a try, and I hope you love them. And until next time, I'll see ya.